Embattled Eastern Cape Judge President Selby Mbanenge is now facing the real prospect of impeachment after the Judicial Service Commission (JSC) found him guilty of gross misconduct, delivering a scathing critique not only of his conduct but also of the earlier findings that had cleared him. In a detailed report released on Thursday, the JSC concluded that Mbanenge's behavior, including his pursuit of a relationship with a junior court employee, Andy Samengo, was grossly inappropriate and fundamentally incompatible with the dignity and ethical standards required of judicial office. The case stems from allegations made by Mango, a secretary at the Makhanda High Court, who accused Mbanenge of sexually harassing her over a prolonged period between June 2021 and November 2022, while the Judicial Conduct Tribunal (JCT) had previously ruled that Mbanenge was not guilty of gross misconduct and characterized the relationship as consensual, the JSC has now firmly rejected that conclusion. According to the Commission, the tribunal's reasoning was deeply flawed. The report stated the Commission found that under common cause facts, the conduct of Judge President Mbanenge constitutes gross misconduct in terms of Section 177(1)(a) of Constitution. The JSC took particular issue with the tribunal's narrow framing of the matter as a flirtatious workplace relationship, arguing that such an approach failed to properly account for the seriousness of the conduct. It stressed that the focus should not have been limited to when and where the exchanges occurred, but rather on their nature, content, and broader context, especially given the power dynamics at play, and that what the tribunal should have had regard to was not merely the place and timing of the exchanges, but the nature, content, and context, adding that the conduct extended beyond working hours and directly implicated the ethical standards expected of a judge. The Commission further criticized the tribunal for downplaying the gravity of the admitted conduct, saying it understated the significance of Mbanenge's actions and failed to properly assess the extent to which judicial ethics had been breached. In its own assessment, the JSC was unequivocal, and said the view of the JSC is that such conduct is grossly inappropriate for a person holding the position of judge, let alone a judge president. It is conduct incompatible with the standard of honorable behavior and property required of judicial office. Central to the Commission's findings was the conclusion that Mbanenge had contravened the Code of Judicial Conduct, which requires judges to act honorably at all times and in a manner befitting their office. Significantly, the JSC also distanced itself from the tribunal's finding that no sexual harassment had occurred. It criticized the tribunal for applying an incorrect legal test, focusing too narrowly on whether the conduct was unwelcome without adequately considering the broader context, particularly the imbalance of power between Mbanenge and Mango. The Commission emphasized that the relationship could not be viewed as one between equals. It found that the tribunal had failed to properly consider the implications of hierarchical dynamic, wrongly treating the two as consenting adults on an equal footing despite the clear disparity in authority. In concluding that the conduct amounted to gross misconduct, the JSC highlighted several aggravating factors. This included the explicitly sexual nature of the communications, Mbanenge's persistent pursuit of Mango, and the inherent power imbalance between a judge, president, and a junior staff member. The Commission also raised concerns about Mbanenge's conduct during the proceedings themselves, noting that his testimony suggested a lack of appreciation for the responsibilities and ethical obligations attached to his office. More damningly, it found that he had shown no remorse. Beyond the personal conduct at issue, the JSC warned that the matter strikes at the heart of public trust in the judiciary, and that the conduct concerned is serious and constitutes an effort to the propriety of judicial office and the values underpinning the Constitution. It undermines core values of the judiciary, including integrity, accountability, equality, respect, and dignity. In a formal letter addressed to Mbenenge's legal representatives, KMNS attorneys, the Judicial Conduct Committee confirmed that the findings of gross misconduct was reached by a majority decision of the Commission, sitting without members of Parliament. The letter, authored by Acting Secretary Advocate N. Pakola, makes it clear that the admitted facts before the tribunal support a finding of gross misconduct rather than mere misconduct. Mbenenge has now been invited to make written submissions on whether he should be suspended while the constitutional process unfolds, and said you are invited to make written submissions whether pending the process in terms of Section 177(1) of the Constitution. The Commission should advise the President to suspend Judge President Mbenenge. The Commission has set a deadline of 22 May 2026 for the submissions, after which the matter will be considered at a future sitting. The JSC's finding marks a critical turning point in the saga, paving the way for possible impeachment proceedings in Parliament under Section 177 of the institution. Should that process proceed and succeed, it could ultimately result in Mbenenge's removal from office, a rare and serious step that underscores the gravity of Commission's conclusions. Meanwhile, the Judges Matter has also welcomed the Judicial Service Commission's finding that the conduct of Judge President Mbenenge constitutes gross misconduct in terms of Section 177(1)(a) of the Constitution. The Commission will accordingly submit its findings, together with reasons and a copy of the report, to the Speaker of the National Assembly in accordance with Section 24 of the JSC Act. The Commission has also invited the parties to make written submissions on whether it should advise the President in terms of Section 177(3) to suspend Judge President Mbenenge, pending the process set out in Section 177.
In fact, you do not write that in these conversations, the objectification of women as stoves to be warmed for lustful men, as meat to be marinated, comes from you. In your paragraphs of your statement, you write this statement concealing the disgusting nature of your mind too when communicating about disgusting messages. You understand me? The version of my client right now to you, because just to be fair to you, is that certain chats, and some of them, yes, salacious, took place between the two of you.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.